Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through a couple player props I like on Prizepicks for tonight's NBA slate on Thursday, February the 15th. Guys, this is our last slate before the All-Star break. We've only got 3 games tonight, so it is a little bit of a smaller slate. But after tonight, there will be no NBA games until next Thursday. This weekend, we're going to have the All-Stars festivities, so like the slam dunk contest, 3-point contest, celebrity game, all-star game, like all that stuff is this weekend, but I'm not going to be doing any content for that. So after today, I won't have any videos posted on the channel until next Thursday when NBA returns. But we do have a 3-game slate for tonight to talk about. I would definitely recommend playing a little bit lighter on this slate. I mean, there's just not a ton of props when it's only 3 games, but I did still find 2 picks I liked. Taking a first look at the board on Thursday when I'm recording this video. I was going to make my video last night, but there was just not really any props on the board. I mean, I think they had just one game on the board last night, the Blazers and Timberwolves game, and like they didn't even have all the props up for that game. So it was really hard to put out anything last night. I just waited till today to make the video. So got 2 picks I like, guys, for tonight's little 3-game slate. As always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, and if they do help you out, make sure you hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button if you have not yet, and if you guys are new to Prizepicks, if you do not have an account over on Prizepicks, you can sign up, linked down below in the description, or just use that promo code NOAH. When you sign up for Prizepicks, get your first deposit matched up to $100. Now, before we talk through our plays for today, I do want to recap the 3 plays that we gave out in Wednesday's video. So we hit 2 of the 3 picks we gave out Wednesday. We did hit the over. We hit the over on Zion Williamson's points prop at 23.5. Zion had a huge game against the Wizards yesterday. I think he almost had like 40 points. We hit the over on Tre Mann, rebounds plus assists. Tre Mann, once again, had a really big game. I can't remember exactly how many rebounds plus assists he had, but I think he had like 8 rebounds and like 6 assists or something like that. It might have been more than that. So he went over his rebounds plus assists. Unfortunately, Trae Young did not go over 23.5 points. Trae Young had a horrible game yesterday. He wasn't really aggressive offensively. He only took like 12 shots. He shot 4 for 12 from the field. So not only was he not aggressive offensively, he also did not shoot the ball that well. Really weird game from Trae Young yesterday, and what I thought was a pretty good matchup against the Hornets. His points prop yesterday, it was at 23.5, at least when I got it. I know it got bumped up to 24.5. I think a lot of people were on Trae Young's points prop yesterday. And it is what it is, man. Trae Young's just one of those players. I don't know why. He's just very inconsistent. But man, I like that spot a lot for Trae Young. But oh well. We move on to Thursday, guys. Hopefully, you guys still made some money yesterday. We did hit 2 of the 3 picks we gave out in yesterday's video. But let's talk through the 2 picks I like for this Thursday slate. So, first prop I like for tonight is going to be a fantasy score prop, and we're going to look at Brook Lopez 27 fantasy score. I like the over here for Brook Lopez. So Brook Lopez, if you look at his recent games, he's been going over this line pretty consistently, over in 4 out of his last 5. And he's been going over this line even in some blowouts. So if you look at his minutes played lately, he has been playing not a ton of minutes because the Bucks have been involved in 4 straight blowouts. The game against Minnesota, they lost by 24. Brook Lopez played 26 minutes. The game against Charlotte, they won by 36. Brook Lopez played 27 minutes. Against Denver, they won by 17. Brook Lopez played 29 minutes. And then last game against Miami, they lost by like 26. Brook Lopez only played 23 minutes. But prior to their last 4 games that have all been blowouts, Brook Lopez was consistently playing big minutes. These were his minutes prior to their last 4 games. 37, 35, 35, 35, 35, 34, and 36. So he was consistently playing like 34, 35, 36 minutes in competitive games. Now tonight's game against the Grizzlies does have a pretty big spread. Right now the spread is 11.5. But Memphis, they're playing at home. The Bucks have not been that good this season, and even though the Bucks are big favorites here, I like Memphis to keep this game somewhat competitive. If I could sports bet, I think I would bet Memphis plus 11.5 today. I'm just not I don't believe in this Bucks team at all. This Bucks team I just don't think is that good. I don't think they should ever be favored by double digits. I know they blew out Charlotte when they were big favorites, but they got blown out last game against Miami, even though they were big favorites in that game. So I like this game to stay competitive. If it does stay competitive, we should see Brook Lopez play pretty big minutes, 33, 34 minutes, if not more than that. And Brook Lopez has been a pretty solid permanent producer, really ever since he's been with the Bucks. He's averaged around a fantasy point per minute pretty much every season he's played with Milwaukee. So far this season, he's averaging 0.98 fantasy points per minute, and we do have to remember that Chris Middleton is out right now. So Brook Lopez should see a little bit of a boost in his per minute production with Chris Middleton off the floor. And if you look at games played without Middleton this season, he's played 11 games without Middleton. He's gone over this fantasy score line in 7 out of those 11 games. And 3 of the games where he went under, last game, he played just 23 minutes. There was a game against Atlanta where he played just 20 minutes. And then there was a game against Detroit where he played just 26 minutes. So 3 of the 4 games without Middleton where Lopez has gone under this fantasy score line, he played just 23, 26, and 20 minutes. Unless this game is a massive blowout, I don't see any reason why Brook Lopez plays less than 30 minutes, or if he gets in foul trouble, which typically Brook Lopez is pretty good at staying out of foul trouble. Again, he's been a productive player this season. When he plays 30-plus minutes, I would bank on him going over this fantasy score line more times than not. Again, he's been playing like 34, 35, 36 minutes in competitive games lately. And if we take a look at his game log this season, when he's played at least 33 minutes, Brook Lopez has gone over this fantasy score in 21 out of 25 games this season. That's a large percentage of his games. So, yeah, give me 33, 34 minutes from Brook Lopez. I like my chances of getting 27 fantasy score. Brook Lopez is a really good, steals and blocks guy. And if you're new to Prizepicks, if you don't know how fantasy score works, it's pretty much a fantasy point system. So for every point, you get 1 fantasy point. For every rebound, you get 1.2 points. For every assist, you get 1.5. For steals and blocks, you get 3 points each. And then for turnovers, you lose a point. Brook Lopez, not a high turnover guy, and he is a big steals and blocks guy, so he can get those steals and blocks, which are huge because they're worth 3 points each. So I like that is our first play for tonight, guys. Brook Lopez, more than 27 fantasy score. And then the other play that I like to pair with that is going to be an assist prop. And we're going to take a look at Keyonte George, his assist prop of 5. I like the over here as well for Keyonte George. So Keyonte George has started the last 2 games for Utah, and it looks like he's going to start, moving forward. After the trade deadline with Simone Fontecchio no longer on the team, they elected to move Keyonte George into the starting lineup in place of Fontecchio. I assume that sticks moving forward. I mean, Keyonte George is one of their young guys that they probably want to try and develop. And over the last 2 games that he has started against Golden State and against the Lakers, he's had 4 and 7 assists. Now, it is worth noting that one of those games, I think the game last night against the Lakers, was a blowout. George played pretty good minutes, but he did get subbed out a little bit early. I think he subbed out with like 2 minutes left. He played 33 minutes last night, even while losing 2 minutes for blowout. So he was on pace to play 35 minutes last night. And then the game against Golden State was also a blowout. Keyonte George played 29 minutes in that game. I'm going to take a look and see when he got subbed out in that game against Golden State. So let's see if I can find it here on Popcorn Machine. Just give me 1 second. I should have already pulled this up. It would have been a lot easier. But looking at the game against Golden State where they got blown out, it looks like Keyonte George subbed out with, let's see. So he subbed out with about 2 minutes left. So he was on pace to play over 30 minutes in that game against Golden State. So as a starter, the last 2 games, I think we can project, Keyonte George for 30 plus minutes. He would have played 35 against the Lakers if the game stayed close. He would have played over 30 against Golden State if that game stayed close. And if you look at Keyonte George this season, when he's played over 30 minutes, he's had at least 5 assists in 9 out of those 11 games. He's actually had 6 assists in 9 out of those 11 games. There was one game against Minnesota where he played 33 minutes, had 4 assists. And then there was a game against the Pelicans where he played 31 minutes and had 3 assists. But every other game this season where he's played at least 30 minutes, he's had 6 assists or more. So far this season, Keyonte George, he's averaged around 8 potential assists per game, I believe. He's averaging 7.2 potential assists per game. But you got to remember, Keyonte George has been coming off the bench for a lot of the season. If you look over their last 2 games as a starter, he's averaged 8.5 potential assists per game, which is second most on the team. He's also really been dominating the time of possession. So if you don't know what that is, on NBA.com, they have like their advanced stats. You can look at that. And there's a stat you can look at called time of possession, which pretty much tells you what players have the ball in their hands the most. And over their last 2 games, Keyonte George has had 6.1 minutes of touch time. So he has had the ball in his hands almost double the next guy. Colin Sexton, his time of possession is at 3.6 minutes. So Keyonte George has been bringing the ball up the court. He's been handling the ball a lot. And obviously that's what we want to see if we're betting on him to get assists. We want him to have the ball in his hands because you can't get assists if you don't have the ball in your hands. So Keontae George has been handling the ball a ton lately. The minutes have been good as well. He's gone over this line in a lot of games this season where he's played at least 30 minutes. This game against Golden State, it should be competitive. Both these teams are on a back-to-back, but Utah, I believe, Utah is playing at home in this game. It's only a 1.5-point spread. If this game's competitive, we should see Keontae George play 31, 32 minutes, if not maybe more. And again, when he's played over 30 minutes this season, he's been able to get 5 assists more times than not. So that's what I like as our second play for tonight, guys, is Keontae George more than 5 assists. So these are 2 plays I like for tonight's NBA slate. Again, this is our last slate before the All-Star break, guys. So we're not going to have any NBA games until next Thursday. I won't have any content up during the break. I'm just going to try and enjoy the break, get out of the house a little bit. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe go play some golf. Maybe, I don't know. I'll find something to do during the break. But hope you guys all enjoy the break. Let's try and make a little bit of money, before the All-Star break. Go into the break with a little bit of extra cash. But I do appreciate you guys watching the videos. As always, supporting the Prizepicks content. Hit that like button down below if you guys did enjoy. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And again, go check out Prizepicks. Sign up for Prizepicks, linked down below in the description. Or just use that promo code NOAH when you sign up for Prizepicks and get your first deposit matched up to $100. But that's all I got for tonight, guys. Good luck on the slate. Appreciate you watching the video. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.